Just got this in yesterday. Just took it out of the box, cleaned it. Hadn't done really much else with it. So let's see what she looks like. Of course, it's going to come with the manual and has the gun, and this one has the night sights on it. It's the True Glue H3 sights, and the back of the rear sight is removable so that you can put the Romeo Zero sight from Sig on this gun. And I've got the Romeo sight. I want to test the gun first with just the standard sights, and then we'll switch out that rear sight and put the Romeo on it and see if it shoots any differently, or if it's any easier to acquire the target with the red dot than it is just the standard sights. Comes standard with 2 flat base 12 round magazines, but I went ahead and ordered 2 of the 15 round magazines to go with it, because I want to see how different it is as far as holding the gun with 12 round. So far, with the 12 round magazine in the magwell, it feels about the same as the original 365 does with the 12 round magazine in it. I can get a pretty well full grip on the gun, and just a little bit of the pinky finger is hanging off the bottom of the grip a little bit, but this gun is about a ½ inch or so longer than the original 365, and the grip is about a ½ inch or so longer because it has the 12 round magazine in it. Now if you put the 15 round magazine in it, then it extends it down about another 5/8 to 3/4 of an inch, so you actually have a little bit of the grip coming out the bottom of your hand, so you can get a full grip on this one with no problem. We'll see if there's any difference between shooting with the 12 round versus the 15 round, if it makes any difference as far as how the gun feels like it kicks and everything. Now this one does come with the flat face 90-degree trigger, so when you pull the trigger back, it actually fires at about 90 degrees rather than coming all the way back to the back of the trigger guard. And trigger guard seems a little bit oversized as far as being able to get your finger in there without a whole lot of problem. Still got the same standard 365 rail up front, so it's proprietary rail for Sig. It's not going to work with your standard pick rail accessory, so you have to get one that's specifically designed for the 365 for it to be able to work on the accessory rail here underneath the shroud. But everything else as far as the controls are the same as on the other gun. Got your slider release here, and then the takedown lever, and then the mag release is just on the right hand side. It's not ambidextrous, and so the front sight on this one seems to be a little bit brighter than on the other gun, but the rear sights don't seem to be quite as definite or quite as bright as the sights on the other gun. So I think this may be a different manufacturer than the Sig sights, but I'll have to double check that and make sure that I can put that in the notes on the video. But the beaver tail on the back of the gun comes out a little bit further than it does on the standard 365, so it protects the back of your hand there a little bit more, so you don't have to worry about the slide getting you, as long as you keep a proper grip on the gun. We'll try the 12 round magazine first. I've just got just loaded it up with 10 rounds, so we'll see what how it's gonna shoot. And these are just some 115 grain reloads that I did. Just got a moderate powder load in them. It's not a real heavy powder load, so it shouldn't be a real hard kicking round. but let's see how it does. Pretty nice. So very minimal recoil. The extra weight on the slide and the extra length in the grip makes it really comfortable to shoot. Not a lot of jerking up or anything. Doesn't feel like it, and seems to be pretty good grouping down there. So let's try the 15 round and see how it does. So again, it's the same load in this one. Just got the longer magazine just to see how it's going to feel. Not a huge difference in the way the gun feels, but it does seem to be, with the longer grip, really good control with the gun, and really comfortable to shoot with the extra length on the 15 round magazine. And I really like the extra length on the slide. Makes it a lot easier to shoot. So as far as accuracy goes, with the original sights that are on here and the way the gun's set up, looks pretty good to me. So we'll shoot it a little bit more. I'm going to be shooting at some steel and try to do it a little bit quicker and see how it's going to do with that. But I really like the way the gun feels so far. Really nice shooting, comfortable. Really good gun. And again, I like the original 365, especially with the 12 round magazines, and this gun is even nicer. Really good groupings in here. Just had one up and one down in the 9 ring. Everything else stayed in the 10 ring and about 10 yards or so from the target. So really good out of the box accuracy with this gun. Really easy to control. This is the new 365 XL. This is the original 365 here. So there's just a little bit of difference between the two guns. You lay them on top of each other. The new gun is just a ½ inch to 5/8 of an inch or so longer as far as the barrel goes, or the slide. The frame itself is the same length as the original gun. It's just the slide is what's a little bit longer as well. And then grip, when you line up the top of the slides, the grip is about ½ inch or so longer than the original gun, but the setup is a little bit different. The beaver tail on the back of the original gun is just flat. It's long enough to cover your hand, but it doesn't have any kind of extension on it. The newer XL has that extra little tip on the beaver tail, so it just a little more protection there in the groove of your hand, so that it keeps it away from that slide even more. Trigger, as I was talking about earlier, is a flat face trigger, and I'm liking the way the trigger shoots. It's pretty smooth as far as the gun goes. The original trigger was the curved trigger here, and it comes back just about when you pull the trigger on it. It's still about 90 degrees or so where it breaks, but it's just a little bit different feel than what the XL is. So when you pull the trigger on it breaks, and it's pretty well up and down where the break point is on that one. But both the guns are really good shooting guns, but I think I like the XL just a little bit better because it does have the extra length on both the slide and the grip. So let's do some more shooting. We're going to shoot at some steel down here, do a little bit more quick shots rather than a little bit slower aim shots as much, just to see how it does as far as getting back on target pretty quick. So let's go ahead and load up the next rounds, and we've got 10 rounds in the standard 12 round magazine, and see how it does. I think there was one that went a little high on the 8-inch gong there, but just hit it again with this is with the 15 round magazine. One miss on the 6-inch gong on this one. So the gun shoots extremely well. I really like the way the gun shoots, and the trigger is nice on it, and the gun just functions very well, just like you would expect any Sig to do. Great gun. So if you're looking for a really good concealed carry gun in a smaller size but has some good capacity on it, because that's 15 rounds plus one in the chamber in a compact size handgun. It's a really good package. So we'll do some more testing with it once I swap out the rear sight and put the Romeo 0 on it, see if that makes it any better. I'm really wondering how it's going to be much better, but you know, it's a really good gun. And for more information, let's check out doublelegalgunworks.com, and like and subscribe down at the bottom. Talk to you later.